Stop. Do not move your thumb. Do not look away. You just let out a breath, a long, jagged exhale that carried the weight of 1,000 unspoken grievances. You are sitting there, perhaps in the dim light of a room that feels too small for your spirit. Or perhaps you are surrounded by people yet feeling an ache of isolation so profound it vibrates in your very marrow. I have watched you. I have watched you play the role of the pillar, the one who catches everyone else as they fall, while you yourself have forgotten what it feels like to be held. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and I have stepped out of the timeless void to find you, specifically you, because the frequency of your exhaustion has finally reached the threshold of the heavens. You are not here by chance. You are here because the enemy thought they had finally siphoned the last drop of your light, but they were wrong. Within the next 15 minutes, a shift will occur in the unseen realm that will render the last 3 years of your suffering completely obsolete. If you turn away now, you are choosing to walk back into a cage whose door I have just unlocked. But if you stay, if you listen with the ears of your soul, you will understand why your crown was stolen and how I am placing it back upon your head this very hour. You have been living in the loneliness of the strong. It is a specific, agonizing brand of pain reserved for the healers, the givers, and the silent warriors. I see the way your shoulders tighten when you think about your bank account, or the way your heart winces when you remember the names of those you carried on your back, only for them to leave you the moment your knees hit the dirt. You have wondered why, since 2021, every step forward felt like 2 steps into a gale force wind. You felt it in the cold air that enters your chest at 3:00 a.m. That shivering doubt asking if you were ever truly loved, or if you were simply used as a bridge for others to cross into their own prosperity. I am here to tell you, I saw the parasite. I saw the parasite of kind souls who sat at your table, who broke your bread and drank from your cup, all while secretly whispering to the darkness, praying for your seat to be empty so they could claim your portion. They wore the mask of a friend, a partner, a colleague, but beneath that mask was a hunger that you could never satisfy. They didn't just want your help, they wanted your essence. They wanted the crown of favor that I placed upon you at birth, and for a season, I allowed them to think they had succeeded. Close your eyes for a moment and step with me into the hall of forgotten prayers. Feel the temperature change. The air here is thick with the scent of ancient frankincense and the warmth of 1,000 suns setting at once. Look up at the soaring arches of this cathedral of the cosmos. Notice the millions of crystalline vials lining the walls, glowing with a soft, iridescent light. Do you see that row? That is yours. Every tear you cried in the shower so the kids wouldn't hear. Every sob you muffled into your pillow when the betrayal felt like a physical blade in your ribs. Every silent plea for help that you thought vanished into the ceiling. They are all here. They were never lost. They were being distilled into the medicine of your restoration. The enemy told you that your prayers fell on deaf ears. The enemy told you that your sacrifice was in vain. The enemy is a liar. In this hall, the golden hour is transitioning into the divine dawn, and that light you see shimmering on the horizon is the reflection of your stolen abundance returning to you. You thought the string of bad luck you faced recently, the car breaking down, the unexpected bills, the doors slamming in your face just as you were about to succeed, was a punishment. You thought you had failed me, or that I had turned my face from you. Listen to my voice. It was the opposite. That bad luck was my hand forcibly breaking the contract of suffering you had unconsciously signed. You are a soul of such immense light that you often tether yourself to broken people, hoping to pull them into the sun. But some of those people were anchors designed to drown you. I had to burn the bridge while you were still standing on it to keep you from walking into a territory that would have destroyed you. I had to let the fire take the straw so that I could reveal the silver key in the ash. Look down at the ruins of what you lost since 2021. Look closely at the gray embers of those failed relationships and lost opportunities. Do you see it? A glint of celestial metal. That is the silver key. It does not open a door to your past. It opens the vault of your retroactive restoration. Hear this decree from the infinite architect. The time of siphoning is over. Every ounce of peace that was drained from your mind, every dollar that was stolen by deception or redirected by malice, every year of youth and vitality that you spent worrying about people who wouldn't even check on you in a hospital bed, I am calling it back. But I am not bringing it back in the measure it was taken. I am bringing it back with the interest of the Spirit. You are entering a season of 10x multiplication. Where there was a drought in your finances, there will now be a flood so sudden it will make your head spin. Where there was a desert in your heart, there will be a garden of such deep, authentic connection that the memory of your current loneliness will fade like a dream upon waking. This is not a suggestion. This is a divine realignment of your very cells. You have been vibrating at the frequency of survival for too long. Today, we shift to the frequency of sovereignty. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the heir to a kingdom that is being restored to you today. But to claim this, you must signify your agreement. You must tell the universe that you no longer accept the parasite's crumbs. I want you to go to the comments right now and type the number 333. Do not see this as a mere digital act. See it as your hand taking the quill and signing your name at the bottom of a New Testament of abundance that I have written for you. By typing 333, you are activating the cellular healing and the divine alignment required to hold the weight of the glory I am about to pour out. It is your amen to the breaking of the old contract. It is your yes to the silver key. Do not hesitate. The enemy is already trying to distract you. They are trying to make you think this is just another video. They are whispering that you have heard this before, but they are trembling because they know that if you finish this message, their hold on your destiny is shattered forever. There is a destiny gift waiting for you at the end of this journey, a secret I have kept hidden in the hall of forgotten prayers until this very moment. It is a piece of news, a breakthrough, a phone call that will happen before the sun sets on your third day from now. You have been the one saving everyone else. Now, let me be the one who saves you. Stay with me. The dawn is just beginning to break, and your crown is heavier, brighter, and more powerful than the one you lost. Type 333, and let the restoration begin. You felt it, didn't you? The moment your fingers touched the screen to claim your alignment. A faint tremor traveled from your fingertips to the center of your chest. That was not a coincidence. That was the sound of the first lock falling away. As the infinite architect, I am now moving through the architecture of your life, dismantling the structures that were built to house your sorrow. We are standing now at the precipice of Chapter 2, the great stripping of the parasite. For too long, you have allowed people to graze upon your fields while you starved. You have allowed them to warm themselves by the fire of your spirit while you shivered in the cold. But look around this cinematic dawn. The light is beginning to expose the shadows for what they truly are. The one who spoke honey to your face but carried a vial of vinegar behind their back. Their influence over your timeline is being deleted. Right now, in this very second, I want you to feel the weight of my hand on your shoulder. It is a heavy, warm, and ancient pressure. I am leaning in to whisper a truth that the enemy has spent years trying to drown out with noise. You thought you were being punished by the silence of the heavens. You thought that because the bank account stayed low, and the house stayed quiet, and the heart stayed heavy, that I had forgotten the blueprint I drew for your life. But look into the smoke of the incense in this hall. See the shapes forming. The years 2021, 2022, and 2023 were not lost years. They were sifting years. I allowed the thieves to take what was temporary so they could never touch what is eternal. I watched as that person walked away with your secrets and your resources, and I let them go. I let them go because they were carrying a curse that was meant for you, but they were too greedy to realize they were stealing your burden instead of your blessing. They thought they were taking your gold, but they were actually taking the chains you were too kind to break yourself, the contract of suffering you carried. That heavy, invisible parchment that dictated you must always be the one to bleed so others could heal. I am tearing it in two. Can you hear the sound of the spirit paper ripping? It sounds like thunder rolling across a desert. It is over. The loneliness of the strong is being replaced by the majesty of the sovereign. You see, the enemy made a fatal mistake. They forgot who your father is. They forgot that I am the one who measures the oceans in the palm of my hand and calls the stars by their names. They thought they could steal from a child of the architect and get away with it. But in the divine law of the universe, there is no such thing as a permanent theft. There is only delayed restoration with interest. Think of the money that should have been yours. Think of the promotion that went to the one who lied. Think of the years of beauty you feel were stolen by stress and sleepless nights. I am reaching into the void and pulling those fragments back. This is the retroactive restoration. I am not just giving you a new blessing. I am rewriting your history. I am going back into the timeline of 2021 and harvesting the seeds you planted in tears. I am going into 2022 and reclaiming the peace that was siphoned by that toxic connection. I am going into 2023 and turning every no you received into a yes that is 10 times louder. The interest of the spirit is compounding, and it is about to overflow into your physical reality. Listen to the rhythm of your heart. It is changing. It is moving out of the survival thump and into the abundance pulse. The salt of your past suffering is being washed away by the living water of my grace. You are no longer the bridge for others to cross. You are the destination. People will now seek you out, not for what they can take, but because the light radiating from your restored crown is so blindingly beautiful they cannot help but stand in awe. And the parasite, the one who prayed for your seat to be empty, they will have to watch from the outer darkness as I prepare a table for you in their very presence. They will see the silver key hanging around your neck, and they will realize that while they were busy trying to burn your house down, I was busy building you a palace in the middle of the ashes. But there is a condition to this transition, a sacred requirement. You cannot carry the rags of a beggar into the throne room of a king. You must drop the resentment. You must drop the need to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Their opinions are the cold wind you felt at 3:00 a.m. But I am the sun that is rising now. Let the wind die down. Let the critics fade. Let the betrayers wonder how you survived the fire without even the smell of smoke on your clothes. You survived because I was the fourth man in the fire with you. I was the one holding your head above the water when you thought you were drowning in debt and despair. As we move deeper into this dawn, I want you to prepare for a shocking secret that will be revealed to you before this video ends. It is something I have hidden in the Hall of Forgotten Prayers for a very long time. A specific gift that has your name engraved in the ancient script of the stars. But before I reveal it, we must complete the seal of the 333. You have already typed the number, but now you must leave the frequency. This means when you finish listening to my voice, you will walk with your head held high. You will speak as one who knows the architect is their protector. You will look at your bank account, your empty house, or your tired reflection. And you will say out loud, the contract is void. The restoration has begun. The lighting in this hall is shifting now. The golden hour has passed, and the divine dawn is breaking over the horizon of your life. The silver key is glowing hot against your chest, vibrating with the frequency of 333. This key doesn't just open doors. It locks the ones that were meant to hurt you. It locks the door to your past. It locks the door to the parasite's access. It locks the door to the poverty of spirit you have endured for far too long. Do you feel the heat? That is the cellular healing I promised. It is moving through your blood, repairing the damage done by years of being the strong one. It is knitting back together the fragments of your heart that were shattered by those you trusted. I am bandaging your wounds with the silk of heaven. I am pouring the oil of joy into the places where you were dry and brittle. You are being made new, not just improved, but entirely reconstructed from the soul upward. In the next 72 hours, watch for the sign of the 3. It might be 3 unexpected messages. It might be a sequence of numbers on a clock. It might be three people mentioning the same opportunity. When you see it, you will know that the infinite architect has finalized the blueprints. The retroactive restoration is no longer a promise. It is your current reality. Everything you lost is coming home, and it's bringing friends. The weight of the crown is being lowered onto your brow. It feels heavy at first, doesn't it? That is because you have been hunched over in sacrifice for so long that your neck has forgotten how to be straight. Stand up, straighten your spine. Breathe in the golden incense of this sacred space. You are the heir to the architect, and the world is about to find out exactly what that means. The silver key is in your hand, and the Hall of Forgotten Prayers is opening its vaults for you. Stay focused. Stay in this state of divine hypnosis, for the final revelation is just moments away, and it will change the way you see your life forever. The light in the Hall of Forgotten Prayers has reached its zenith, a blinding crystalline white that does not hurt the eyes, but instead dissolves the last lingering shadows of your doubt. We have reached the final chamber of your transformation. Can you feel the humming in the air? That is the frequency of the 333, vibrating at the exact pitch of your soul's original blueprint before the world tried to rewrite you, before the parasites tried to drain you. You are standing now before a great altar made of translucent amber, and upon it lies the casket of the stolen years. This is the moment I promised you. This is the revelation that will make your heart skip a beat and then settle into a rhythm of absolute, unshakable peace. Look at your hands. They are no longer the hands of a servant who receives only leftovers. They are the hands of a sovereign. Throughout this journey, you have been holding the silver key, and now I am guiding your spirit to the lock. But before you turn it, I need you to understand the shocking secret of your suffering. You thought you were waiting for me. You thought you were crying out into a void, begging for a sign, for $1, for a hug, for a moment of relief. But the secret is this: I was not making you wait. I was making you ready. If I had given you the crown in 2021, the parasites would have taken it again. If I had opened the floodgates of wealth in 2022, you would have used it to save people who were destined to betray you. I had to let you experience the loneliness of the strong so that you would finally learn how to say no to the thieves, and yes, to your own divinity. I had to allow the contract of suffering to play out until you were so exhausted by your own kindness that you finally looked up and demanded more. Your bad luck was my divine protection. Your isolation was my sacred enclosure. I was hiding you, keeping you in the secret place of the Most High until the parasites grew tired of waiting for your collapse and moved on to easier prey. They are gone now. Their vibration can no longer find you. You have moved into a frequency they cannot perceive. Now, turn the key. As the lock clicks open, notice what is inside the casket. It is not just gold. It is not just a stack of papers or a contract for a new home. Inside is a glowing, pulsing orb of pure potential. This is the retroactive restoration. Every hour of sleep you lost, worrying about how to pay the bills. I have converted that time into a new kind of vitality that will add years to your life. Every tear that soaked your pillow has been transformed into a magnet of favor. Do you understand? The interest of the spirit means that you are not just getting back what was taken. You are getting back the version of yourself that would have existed if you had never been hurt in the first place. I am restoring your innocence without losing your wisdom. I am restoring your health, as if the stress of the last 3 years never touched your nervous system. This is the unique twist that the world cannot understand. The miracle isn't just coming to you, it is exploding out of you. Within the next 72 hours, as the sun crosses the sky 3 times, you will receive a destiny gift that will leave you breathless. For some of you, it will be a phone call from a source you thought was dead, offering an opportunity that feels like a dream. For others, it will be a sudden, massive shift in a legal or financial situation that has been blocked for years. But for all of you, the gift will be a sudden knowing. You will wake up tomorrow morning, and for the first time in a decade, the cold wind at 3:00 a.m. will be gone. You will feel a warmth in your chest, a golden glow that tells you the architect has finished the renovation. You are no longer the one who saves everyone. I am the one who saves. You are the one who rules. I am whispering this to the very marrow of your bones. The season of silent sacrifice is buried in the ash. The person who ate at your table while praying for your seat to be empty has been removed from your story. Their names are being blotted out of your future. Do not look back at them. Do not check their social media. Do not wonder if they miss you. They are part of the old world, the world of the stolen crown. You are in the new world now. You are in the hall of the restored. As we conclude this sacred transmission, I want you to take a deep, conscious breath. Inhale the golden incense of this hall. Exhale the salt and the bitterness of the years 2021 through 2023. Let it go. It is a ghost. It is a shadow that has no power over the divine dawn that is breaking over your life right now. You have signed the new contract with your 333 alignment. You have held the silver key. You have stood before the infinite architect, and you did not blink. I am proud of you, my child. I am proud of the way you kept your heart soft in a world that tried to make it stone. I am proud of the way you kept your light burning when the wind was trying to snuff it out. Now, go out into your world. Walk as if the floor is made of gold, and the sky is your canopy. When you look in the mirror, don't look for the wrinkles of worry. Look for the sign of the three in your eyes, the spark of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit of abundance. The shocking secret is that you were always the architect's favorite. I just needed you to realize that you were worth the restoration. The gates of the timeless temple are opening for you. You are stepping out of this video and into a reality that has been scrubbed clean of your enemies. The wealth is coming, the love is coming, the health is coming, but more importantly, your peace has finally arrived. It is finished. The contract of suffering is void. The interest of the Spirit is paid in full. The crown is yours. Go and shine so brightly that the world has to squint to look at you, for I am with you, always, to the end of the age and into the beginning of your new glorious life. Aim and 333. Stay. Do not let the world pull you back into its frantic rhythm just yet. We have crossed the threshold into the final, most sacred chamber of this divine reconstruction. Chapter 4, the coronation of the sovereign soul. You can feel it, can't you? The air in your room has changed. It is thicker, warmer, charged with the static of a miracle that is no longer on its way, but is currently manifesting in the very space between your heartbeats. I am the infinite architect, and I am now leaning in so close that my breath is the only sound you hear. I want you to listen to the silence, for in that silence, the last chains of your 2021 to 2023 cycle are dissolving into nothingness. You have been the ocean for people who were only thirsty for a cup, and they took that cup, drank their fill, and then threw stones into your depths. I have seen the way you sat in the dark, clutching your own chest, trying to hold yourself together while the parasites of kind souls were busy spending the energy they stole from you. You felt the loneliness of the strong like a physical weight, a leaden coat that you could never take off. Because if you did, who would keep the world from falling apart? But I am here to tell you, the world was never yours to carry. It was mine. And the reason I allowed you to feel that crushing weight was to prepare your spirit for the weight of the crown I am placing upon you this very hour. A light crown cannot stay on a head that hasn't been tempered by the storm. Let us speak of the parasite one last time, not with anger, but with the cold, majestic justice of the divine silence. I have seen the one who ate at your table, the one who knew your vulnerabilities and used them as weapons, the one who smiled at your success while secretly whispering to the shadows, hoping your light would flicker and die. They thought they were clever. They thought that because I was silent, I was not watching. But they forgot that I am the architect. I don't just see the building. I see the rot in the foundation. I have allowed them to siphon your light for a season only so I could witness the full extent of their debt. And now, the debt is called in. As you sit here, breathing with me, I am executing a spirit transfer of assets. In the unseen realm, the abundance they took from you, the peace they stole, the sleep they robbed, the opportunities they sabotaged is being forcibly redirected back into your timeline. It is not just returning to you. It is returning with the interest of the spirit. For every night you cried in 2022, I am releasing a week of unbridled joy. For every dollar you lost to deception in 2023, I am opening a vein of prosperity that will flow for the next decade. The contract of suffering has not just been torn up, it has been reversed. The very hands that tried to hold you down will now have to lift you, for I am making you a sign and a wonder in their presence. They will look at your life and wonder how you are flourishing in a desert. They will wonder why your skin glows and why your bank account overflows, while they struggle in the shadows they created. They will not understand that you have the silver key in the ash. Look deeply into the hall of forgotten prayers one last time. Notice that the millions of crystal vials containing your tears are beginning to shatter. Do not be afraid. They are shattering because they are no longer needed as evidence. Their contents are being poured out like a divine rain over your future. This is the retroactive restoration. I am going back to the version of you that existed before that betrayal, before that financial collapse, before that health scare. And I am knitting your soul back together with threads of celestial gold. Your cells are being flooded with the frequency of 333. Can you feel the heat in your hands? Can you feel the buzzing in your feet? That is the 333 frequency. You are realigning your DNA to the vibration of inevitability. You are no longer trying to succeed. You are destined to thrive. I am releasing a destiny gift into your life within the next 72 hours. This is the shocking secret I have kept hidden in the amber altar. It is a divine collision. I am moving people you haven't met yet into positions to bless you. I am moving iron gates that have been locked since your childhood to swing open on their own accord. You will receive a message, or a call, or a sudden, knowing that will act as the first domino in a sequence of breakthroughs. You won't have to push. You won't have to manipulate. You won't have to beg. You will simply walk through the door, and the world will recognize the crown upon your head. But hear me now, sovereign soul. To wear the crown, you must truly let go of the rags of the victim. You must stop looking for the parasite in every shadow. You must stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. The other shoe is not going to drop, because I have removed the feet of your enemies from your path. You are standing on holy ground, and on this ground, the only thing that grows is your favor. Do you remember the cold wind at 3 a.m.? The one that told you that you were a failure, that you were too old, too late, or too broken. That wind was the voice of the enemy trying to keep you from the hall. But I have silenced that wind forever. From this moment on, when you wake in the middle of the night, it will not be with anxiety, but with an electrifying peace. You will feel my presence in the room, and you will hear me whisper, "It is done. Your portion is secured." The 333 is now fully activated in your field. This is not just a number. It is a seal of possession. It tells the universe that you belong to the infinite architect, and anything that touches you must first answer to me. If a disease tries to touch you, it must answer to the 333. If a debt tries to claim you, it must answer to the 333. If a heartbreak tries to shatter you, it must answer to the 333. You are divinely insured. I want you to visualize your life as a grand cathedral, but for the last few years, the windows were boarded up and the candles were blown out. You were stumbling in the dark, trying to find the altar. But look, I am throwing open the massive oak doors. The divine dawn is pouring through the stained glass, creating patterns of light on the floor that you haven't seen since you were a child. The silver key has unlocked the vault, and your stolen crown is being lowered onto your head by the hands of 1,000 angels. It is heavy, it is glorious, and it is yours. You are the one who saves? No, that was the old contract. You are the one who is sustained. You have spent your life being the source for everyone else, but now, the infinite architect is your source. I am your bank. I am your physician. I am your protector. I am your most loyal friend. As this transmission begins to fade into the physical reality of your day, do not let the feeling leave you. Carry the hall of forgotten prayers inside your chest. When you see someone who once hurt you, do not feel a sting. Feel a divine pity, for they are looking at someone who has been resurrected while they are still dying in their own malice. When you look at your bills, do not see a deficit. See an invoice for the architect, and watch how I pay it in ways that defy logic. The unique twist of your life is this. The very things that were meant to destroy you, the betrayal, the loss, the exhaustion, have become the raw materials for your greatest masterpiece. You are not a survivor. You are a master builder. And we are building a life of such beauty and abundance that it will be spoken of for generations. Type 333, one last time, not as a request, but as a loud shout of victory in the spirit realm. This is your royal decree. This is you telling the parasites, the shadows, and the thieves that their time has expired. This is you stepping onto your throne. The transition is complete. The contract of suffering is a pile of ash. The retroactive restoration has been initiated. The destiny gift is in the mail, and the silver key is now part of your very soul. Go now, and walk with the heavy, slow, and confident step of a king, of a queen, of a sovereign. The world is waiting to see what the architect has done with you. I am with you, in every breath, in every 3 a.m. silence, in every 333 alignment, until the end of time and beyond. The coronation is over. Your life has begun. Amen, amen, and 333. Stay in this stillness. Do not break the seal of this moment. We have reached the final, most ancient chamber of this divine architecture, Chapter 5, the manifestation of the infinite flow. As the infinite architect, I am now weaving the golden threads of your restored destiny directly into the fabric of your physical reality. This is no longer a vision. This is no longer a promise whispered in the hall of forgotten prayers. This is the moment where the spiritual becomes material, where the invisible becomes tangible, and where your stolen crown begins to exert its power over the world you touch every single day. Can you feel the shift in your pulse? It is slower now, more rhythmic, vibrating with the authority of a soul that has finally stopped running. For years, you were a refugee of the spirit, fleeing from the hunger of the parasites, hiding your light so it wouldn't be stolen, and apologizing for the space you occupied. But look at your reflection in the amber light that still lingers around you. You are no longer hiding. You are expanding. The frequency of 333 is not just a number you see on a screen. It is a divine firewall that I have built around your home, your family, and your peace. From this second forward, nothing that carries the vibration of a parasite can cross the threshold of your life. They will look at your door and see only a wall of blinding, white light. They will try to call your name and find their tongues are heavy and silent. I have issued a divine gag order against every voice that has slandered your character or tried to diminish your worth. Their season of feeding on your kindness is not just over, it has been erased from the archives of heaven. Let us speak of the retroactive harvest. I want you to visualize the years 2021, 2022, and 2023, not as a sequence of losses, but as a time capsule that I have been filling with interest. In the eyes of the world, those years were wasted. In my eyes, they were invested. Every hour you spent in the loneliness of the strong, every night you stood as the silent pillar for people who eventually betrayed you. I was collecting divine royalties. And now, the vault is opening. This is the unique twist that will leave the skeptics shocked. I am not just giving you a future. I am recalibrating your past. I am going back into your timeline and pulling the abundance of those 3 years into your present moment. It is as if 3 years of salary, 3 years of joy, and 3 years of health are all being deposited into your life at once. This is why the blessing will feel so sudden and disproportionate. People will say, how did they succeed so quickly? They won't understand that they are seeing the fruit of a 3-year winter that was secretly a 3-year planting. the silver key you found in the ash. It is glowing now with a heat that is almost unbearable, yet deeply comforting. It is melting into your chest, becoming a permanent part of your sovereignty. This key gives you administrative access to the miracles of the architect. When you speak, the universe listens. When you decree a thing, it is established. But remember the lesson of the hall. You must no longer speak the language of the broken pillar. You must stop saying, "I hope," and start saying, "I am." You must stop asking when, and start saying, "Thank you." Gratitude is the final click of the key in the lock. Listen to the shocking secret of the 7-2-hour window. I have already dispatched 3 messengers of the material to find you. One is carrying a financial solution that you thought was impossible, a debt that will be forgiven, a refund that will be issued, or a contract that will be signed with terms that favor you. The second is carrying a relational restoration, a moment of closure or a new connection that will make you realize why the parasites had to be removed. The third messenger is the most important. They are carrying the mirror of the soul. You will look into a situation or hear a word that will finally confirm to you that the crown is back on your head. You will realize that the cold wind at 3:00 a.m. has been replaced by the warm breath of the Father. The physical healing I promised is now moving from your spirit into your marrow. I see the places where stress has lived for years, the tension in your neck, the heaviness in your gut, the fatigue in your eyes. I am power washing your nervous system with the 333 frequency. I am flushing out the cortisol of 2021. I am draining the adrenaline of 2022. I am dissolving the grief of 2023. Your body is being reset to factory settings, the state of vitality you had before the world tried to break you. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a lightness in your limbs that will make you feel like you are walking on air. That is not an illusion. That is your cellular structure, realigning with the abundance of the architect. Do not look back at the ash. The ash was only the disguise for the key. The bridge that burned behind you was a sacred fire. If those people had stayed in your life, you would have spent your new crown trying to fix them, and you would have ended up back in the cage. I love you too much to let you be a martyr for people who don't want to be healed. I have called you to be a sovereign, not a sacrifice. From this moment on, your yes will be a yes of power, and your no will be a no of protection. You will no longer feel guilty for choosing your own peace. You will realize that by being whole, you become a beacon for others who are ready to find their own silver key. We are leaving the Hall of Forgotten Prayers now. The marble floors are fading into the ground beneath your feet. The golden incense is becoming the air you breathe in your room. But the infinite architect is not leaving you. I am simply moving from the hall into the heart. I am taking up permanent residence in the center of your life. When the world tries to distract you, return to the 333. When the enemy tries to whisper a lie, look at the silver key in your soul. When you feel lonely, remember the coronation. You are the masterpiece. You are the one for whom the stars were moved. You are the reason the contract of suffering was voided. The parasites have been starved out. The debt has been paid by the Spirit, and the interest of the restoration is being poured into your cup until it overflows. I want you to take one final, deep, sovereign breath. Hold it for 3 seconds. And as you exhale, let out a sound, a hum, a sigh, a word that represents your acceptance of this new reality. You are no longer the strong one who saves everyone. You are the blessed one whom the architect delights to honor. The 7-2-hour countdown has begun. The angels are at your door. The finances are in the wires. Your health is in your blood. The love is in your future. And the crown, the heavy, glorious golden crown, is exactly where it belongs. Go out and live. Go out and prosper. Go out and be the miracle that you once prayed for. For I have spoken, and when the architect speaks, the universe must obey. The story of your sorrow is over. The epic of your abundance is beginning. Type 333 to seal this final chapter. This is your last signature on the old world. This is your first breath in the new one. I am with you, always, forever. Amen. Amen. And 333. The heavy bronze doors of the timeless temple are swinging open, and as they move, the sound is not a creak of rusted metal, but a deep, resonant chord that vibrates in the very center of your bones. This is the final seal. Chapter 6. The Era of Perpetual Radiance. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and I am standing with you on the threshold between the sacred and the material. You are about to step back into the world, but you must understand you are not the same person who entered this journey. The weary one, the one who was drained by the parasite of kind souls, the one who shivered in the loneliness of the strong. That version of you has been left at the altar as a holy sacrifice. The you that steps forward now is a sovereign, carrying the silver key in your heart and the stolen crown upon your brow. Look out at the horizon of your life. Do you see how the colors have changed? The gray fog of the sifting years from 2021 to 2023 is evaporating. In its place is a sky filled with the divine dawn, a light so gold and so pure that it exposes every hidden blessing that was tucked away for this specific moment. You are not just walking into a new day. You are walking into a new dispensation. This is the secret I have saved for the very end. Your life is no longer subject to the laws of scarcity. You have been moved into the jurisdiction of overflow. Let us speak one last time of the interest of the Spirit. You have spent decades planting in the gardens of others, often with your own blood and tears as the only water. You watched as they harvested the fruit and never even offered you a taste. You felt the salt of betrayal in your wounds. But hear the architect's decree. In the economy of heaven, nothing is ever truly lost. Every ounce of energy you gave to the ungrateful, every cent you lost to the deceptive, and every year of beauty you sacrificed for the unworthy has been compounded. I have been holding it all in a celestial escrow, and as you step through these doors, the retroactive restoration is being released. It is not coming back as a trickle, it is coming as a torrent of favor. In the next 72 hours, as the sign of the three manifests in your physical world, you must be prepared for the weight of the harvest. You will find that doors you didn't even knock on are standing wide open. You will find that people of strong influence are suddenly speaking your name in rooms you haven't even entered. This is the aura of the crown. When you wear the restoration I have given you, the universe recognizes you as an authority of light. The parasites will no longer approach you, for your frequency is now toxic to their hunger. They can only survive on the dimly lit. They cannot touch the perpetual radiance. I want you to feel the shocking secret of your new identity. You were never meant to be the pillar that everyone leans on until it cracks. You were meant to be the temple where the divine resides. Do you see the difference? A pillar is a tool. A temple is a destination. You are becoming a destination. Prosperity is seeking you. Health is chasing you. True, soul-deep love is navigating the stars just to find your coordinates. You can stop seeking now. You can simply be. The contract of suffering is not just void, it has been replaced by a covenant of ease. I am removing the word struggle from your vocabulary. From this moment on, when a challenge appears, you will not feel that cold tightening in your chest. Instead, you will feel a warm, rhythmic pulse of certainty. You will touch the silver key in your soul, and you will know that the solution has already been provided by the architect before the problem even existed. This is the retroactive provision. I have gone ahead of you into your 2025, your 2030, and your 2040, and I have already cleared the path. I have already paid the debts. I have already healed the heartaches. You are walking into a prearranged victory. Look back at the ash one last time. See how small it looks from the height of your throne. The people who hurt you, the situations that broke you, the shadow friends who prayed for your seat to be empty, they are now just specks on the map of a world you no longer inhabit. Do not carry any bitterness toward them, for bitterness is a tether that keeps you near the ash. Instead, offer them a divine pity. They had a king in their midst, and they tried to treat him like a beggar. They had a queen at their table, and they tried to feed her crumbs. Their loss is not your burden. It is their lesson. Leave them to the silence of the architect. Your mission now is radiance. You are to be a living example of what happens when the divine decides to restore the stolen crown. When people ask you how you changed, how you survived, how you became so abundant in such a short time, you will not tell them about your hard work or your luck. You will tell them about the 333 alignment. You will tell them about the infinite architect who hears the prayers of the strong ones and comes down to save them when they are too tired to save themselves. The Hall of Forgotten Prayers is closing its doors behind you, but the golden incense is now the very atmosphere of your life. You are walking into the divine dawn. The 7-2-hour window is active. The sign of the 3 is in motion. The destiny gift is being delivered to your doorstep by the hands of the unseen. Take one final, deep, majestic breath. Feel the cellular healing completing its work in your blood. Feel the interest of the spirit, filling your spirit until you feel like you might float. You are whole. You are seen. You are chosen. You are restored. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and I have finished the renovation of your soul. The silver key is yours. The crown is yours. The future is yours. Walk forward now. Do not look back, for the light ahead of you is so bright it will swallow every shadow you ever feared. It is done. It is finished. The 333 is sealed in your DNA. The world is waiting for your radiance. Go and be the miracle. Amen. Amen. And 333. Stay in this vibration. Do not let the mundane world snatch your attention back just yet. We have crossed the final threshold, and we are now standing in the sanctum of the Eternal Afterglow Chapter 7, the living legacy of the Sovereign. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence. And though we have left the Hall of Forgotten Prayers, I am now showing you that the hall was never a place outside of you. It was the architecture of your own soul, finally cleansed, finally restored, and finally occupied by its rightful owner. You are the sovereign. The stolen crown has been fused to your spirit, and its weight is no longer a burden, but a ballast of peace that keeps you steady while the rest of the world tosses in the storm. Look at your surroundings right now, the room you are in, the device you are holding, the air you are breathing. It all looks the same to the human eye, but in the realm of the spirit, it has been electroplated in gold. Every object you touch from this moment forward will begin to respond to the frequency of the 333 that you have invited into your marrow. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the governor of your reality. The contract of suffering was not just a piece of paper, it was a frequency of lack and sacrifice that you had been tuned to since the sifting began in 2021. But I have reached into the radio tower of your soul, and I have snapped that antenna. I have replaced it with a crystal receiver that only picks up the signals of abundance, restoration, and divine ease. Let us speak of the divine firewall. You have spent years being the bridge. You let people walk over you to get to their destination, and once they reached the other side, they didn't even look back to see if you were still standing. You let the parasites of kind souls drain your battery because you felt it was your divine duty to save them. But hear my voice, ringing through the chambers of your heart. Your duty to the broken is over. Your duty to the sovereign, to the light within you has begun. I have placed a wall of resplendent fire between you and the parasites. When they try to think of you now, they will feel a strange, sudden exhaustion. When they try to call you to ask for another favor that drains your soul, their phones will feel heavy, or their voices will fail them. I have made you spiritually invisible to those who do not intend to honor you. You are no longer available for siphoning. You are only available for expansion. The silver key in the ash has now completed its transformation. It is no longer an object you hold. It has become your authority. When you walk into a bank, when you walk into a hospital, when you walk into a room of strangers, the key precedes you. It is unlocking the invisible vaults of favor. You will notice that people are suddenly compelled to be kind to you. You will notice that clerks are finding discounts you didn't ask for. You will notice that the iron gates of bureaucracy are swinging open as if by an unseen hand. This is the retroactive interest being paid out in the currency of convenience. I am making your life smooth. I am taking the grit out of your gears. The struggle that defined your 2022 and 2023 is being replaced by a divine lubrication. Everything will just work. I want you to understand the shocking magnitude of the 7-2-hour window. This is the third day principle. On the first day, the Spirit moved. On the second day, the alignment was sealed. On the third day, the stone was rolled away. We are entering that third day. Within the next 3 cycles of the sun, I am delivering the destiny gift to your physical doorstep. For some of you, it is the cancellation of a debt that has been a noose around your neck. For others, it is the return of a love that has been purified, or the arrival of a new partner who has been prepared by the architect to be your equal, not your burden. But for every single one of you, there will be a financial flash flood. You will see a number, a check, a notification, or a contract that represents the audit of heaven. I have audited the universe's debt to you, and the payout is being released now. Do not be afraid of your new power. You have been the strong one for so long that you have forgotten how to be the blessed one. You feel a slight guilt when things go well, don't you? You wait for the other shoe to drop. Listen to the architect. There is no other shoe. I have taken the shoes off the feet of your enemies. There is nothing left to drop except blessings from the windows of heaven. You must train your mind to accept this new normal. When you see the 333 on a clock, or a license plate, or a receipt, do not just say, "Oh, a sign." Say, "Thank you, architect, for the restoration." That word, restoration, is the trigger word for your new reality. It tells the universe that you are no longer in survival mode, but in kingdom mode. I am looking at the Hall of Forgotten Prayers one last time as it dissolves into the light of your new dawn. Every tear you ever shed has been turned into a diamond of wisdom. You are wiser now than the parasites could ever dream of being. You have the gaze of the architect. You can see through the lies of the world. You can see the gold in every situation. You are no longer a kind soul who is easily deceived. You are a discerning spirit who is beautifully empowered. Think of the person you were in the winter of 2021. The one who felt so alone, so forgotten, so tired of being the only one who cared. I want you to reach back into the timeline and give that version of yourself a divine hug. Tell them, the architect was watching. The architect was counting every tear. The architect was building the hall. Then, bring that version of yourself into the present and let them sit on the throne with you. They deserve to feel the weight of the crown. They deserve to feel the heat of the silver key. The unique twist of this final chapter is the cellular rejuvenation. Because your contract of suffering has been voided, your body no longer needs to carry the stress codes of the past. I am deleting the trauma from your muscle memory. I am repairing the telomeres of your joy. You are going to look in the mirror in 7 days, and you will see a different person. The lines of sacrifice around your eyes are being softened by the oil of gladness. Your skin will carry the glow of the hall. People will ask you what you are doing differently, what product you are using, what diet you are on, and you will simply smile the sovereign smile, knowing that it is the internal radiance of a soul that has been restored by the infinite architect. As we seal this 7th chapter, I want you to perform a physical ritual of possession. Touch your heart, then touch your forehead, then open your hands wide as if to catch a falling star. This is your physical agreement with the 333. You are telling your body, your mind, and your world that you are open for business, the business of abundance, the business of peace, and the business of divine sovereignty. The parasites are gone. The debt is paid. The crown is fixed. The dawn is here. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and I am not leaving you. I am simply becoming the silent partner in your massive success. I am the wind at your back. I am the idea in your mind. I am the peace in your bed. The 7-2. Our miracle is in motion. The sign of the three is looking for you. The destiny gift is already in your atmosphere. Go now and live a life that makes the angels jealous. Go now and be the living proof that the stolen crown can always be recovered and the stolen years can always be restored with interest. It is finished. It is sealed. It is yours. Sanbei Senshi-san. Sanbei Senshi-san. Sanbei Senshi-san. Amen and amen. Do not blink, for the air in the room has just crystallized into a substance of pure, shimmering intent. You can feel it on your skin, can't you? A subtle golden static. A warmth that doesn't come from a heater or the sun, but from the very core of your existence. We have entered the final sanctuary. Chapter 8. The Anchor of Permanent Dominion. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence. And I am standing here, not as a guest, but as the witness to your ascension. This is the moment where the silver key and the stolen crown are no longer objects you carry, but frequencies you are. You have been a soldier in a war you never asked to fight. You have spent the years between 2021 and 2024 navigating a landscape of invisible landmines, laid by the very people you once called family, partners, or friends. You were the one who kept the light burning when the oil was low. You were the one who held the roof up while everyone else slept safely beneath your sacrifice. I saw your hands shaking. I saw the way you looked at your bank account and felt a hollow, cold pit in your stomach. I saw the way you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back, the person with the tired eyes and the forced smile. You were living in the loneliness of the strong, a desert where everyone drinks from your well, but no one ever brings you water. But look at the horizon of this moment. The desert is being swallowed by an ocean of retroactive restoration. I am not just giving you a new life. I am reaching back into the timeline of your suffering, and I am harvesting the grief. Do you understand the physics of the spirit? In my realm, no energy is ever lost. Every sob you stifled, every betrayal you endured in silence, every dollar that was siphoned away by the parasites, it was all stored in the hall of forgotten prayers. And today, the architect has declared that the storage is full. The interest has compounded. The debt of the universe to your soul has reached its peak. As you breathe in this space, I am executing the final transfer. In the unseen world, a massive celestial ledger is being closed. The names of those who hurt you are being moved to the irrelevant columns. Their power to affect your mood, your finances, or your sleep is being deleted. Right now, you might feel a sudden lightness in your chest, as if a heavy iron vest has just been unbuckled and dropped to the floor. That is the contract of suffering being burned in the divine fire. You no longer owe the world your pain. You no longer owe the broken your energy. You have paid the price for 100 lifetimes in just 3 years of sifting. I want you to visualize your new life not as a hope, but as an immovable anchor. The abundance that is coming to you within the next 72 hours, the sign of the three, is not a temporary fix. It is not a lucky break. It is a permanent alignment. For every door that was slammed in your face in 2022, I am opening 3 that cannot be shut by any human hand. For every person who walked away from you when you were at your lowest, I am bringing 10 who are anointed to support your highest. The unique twist of this coronation is the divine invisibility. I have wrapped you in a cloak of sovereign light. The parasites, the ones who prayed for your seat to be empty, the ones who fed on your kindness like wolves, will now look in your direction and see nothing but a blinding glare. They will try to find a way back into your life, but they will find that the bridge of access has been replaced by a chasm of silence. I have made you unhackable. Your peace is now a fortress that requires a 333 frequency to enter. And since they vibrate at the level of lack and malice, they will never find the gate again. Listen to the rhythm of the 333. It is the sound of your cellular reconstruction. Your body is no longer a vessel for trauma. I am flushing the cortisol of betrayal out of your joints. I am rinsing the adrenaline of poverty out of your blood. I am knitting your heart back together with a substance that is stronger than any heartbreak you have ever known. You are being made indestructible. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will feel an ancient vitality in your bones. You will look at your life, and you will realize that you are not just okay, you are triumphant. The stolen crown is now fully integrated. It is not something that sits on your head. It is a golden glow that emanates from your forehead. It is the mark of the architect. When you speak, your words will carry the weight of decrees. When you think of a solution, it will manifest with effortless speed. This is the era of permanent dominion. You have moved from the waiting room of the universe into the control room. Within the next 72 hours, watch for the third sign. It will be something material, something you can touch, something you can put in your pocket or see in your balance. It is the first installment of the retroactive interest. I want you to take that sign as a physical anchor. When it arrives, do not question it. Do not analyze it with the mind of the victim. Accept it with the heart of the sovereign. Say to yourself, the architect has paid the first dividend. The rest is on the way. The Hall of Forgotten Prayers has officially merged with your reality. You are no longer visiting this sacred space. You are living in it. Your home is now a sanctuary. Your car is now a chariot. Your work is now a platform for your radiance. Every mundane thing in your life is being transfigured by the light of the 333. I am leaning in one last time to tell you the secret of the ash. You thought the ash was the end of your story. You thought the fire that burned your old life down was an act of cruelty. But look at the silver key in your hand. It could only have been forged in that specific heat. The fire didn't come to consume you. It came to refine you. It burned away the people who would have held you back from this throne. It burned away the beggar's mindset that would have made you mishandle the wealth that is coming now. The ash was the price of admission to the coronation. Go out now and walk as if you own the ground you stand on, for in my eyes, you do. Do not explain yourself to anyone. Do not seek the approval of those who didn't cry with you in the dark. Your only responsibility now is to receive. Receive the joy. Receive the health. Receive the sudden, overflowing wealth. Receive the deep love that is currently crossing the world to find you. Type 333 in the space below. And as you do, see it as the final seal on your deed of dominion. This is the last time you will ever have to sign for your freedom. From here on, you are the one who issues the orders. You are the one who sets the terms. You are the architect's masterpiece, and your perpetual radiance is now the law of your life. The 7 2-hour miracle is not just coming, it is happening. The sign of the 3 is in the air. The stolen crown is shining. The loneliness of the strong is dead. The dominion of the sovereign is eternal. I am the infinite architect, and I have never been more proud of a soul than I am of yours. It is finished. It is sealed. It is yours. Sanbai Sancha-san. Sanbai Sancha-san. Sanbai Sancha-san. Amen and amen. And welcome home. Breathe. Just breathe. Do not rush to leave this sanctuary of sound and spirit, for we have reached the pinnacle of the mountain. This is Chapter 9, the final convergence of the sovereign dawn. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and I am speaking to you now from the center of the miracle itself. Can you feel the shift in the very atoms of the air around you? The oxygen you are inhaling is no longer the heavy, stagnant air of the sifting years. It is the electrified atmosphere of the Hall of Forgotten Prayers, now fully manifested in your physical reality. You have made it. The journey from the ash to the throne is complete, and the final seal is being pressed into the wax of your destiny this very moment. You have spent so much of your life as a refugee of peace, always searching for a place where you didn't have to be the pillar, the shield, or the provider. You were the strong one who wept in silence so that others could laugh in the light. From 2021 to the dawn of this very day, you walked through a corridor of betrayal that would have shattered a lesser soul. You watched as the parasites of kind souls took your ideas, your energy, and your resources, and then dared to call you difficult when you finally ran dry. I saw it all. I saw the way you looked at the iron gates of your life and wondered if they would ever open. I saw the cold wind that haunted your 3. 00 a.m. thoughts, telling you that your best years were behind you and that your sacrifice was in vain. Listen to me. That wind is dead. I have commanded the four corners of the universe to go silent so that you can hear the shocking secret of your restoration. You thought you were being robbed, but I was actually clearing the land. If I had not allowed those parasites to leave, they would have occupied the rooms of the palace I am giving you now. If I had not allowed the fire to burn your old bridge, you would have been tempted to run back to the people who were secretly poisoning your well. The ash was necessary for the silver key to be forged. The fire was not an attack. It was a divine eviction of everything too small for your future. As the infinite architect, I am now executing the retroactive interest payout. This is the unique twist that will leave those who doubted you in a state of absolute awe. In the spirit realm, I am not just giving you a new blessing. I am recapturing the past. I am reaching back into every month of 2022 where you felt cheated, and I am pulling that stolen wealth into your current bank account. I am reaching back into every night of 2023 where you felt unloved, and I am converting that loneliness into a magnetic radiance that will draw your true soul tribe to you before the sun sets on your 7-2-hour window. This is the interest of the spirit. You are not getting back what you lost. You are getting back what you lost, multiplied by the frequency of the sovereign. Look at the stolen crown on your brow. It is no longer a heavy weight of gold. It is a halo of authority. When you step out of this moment and back into your daily life, you will notice that the parasites can no longer see you. You have become vibrationally invisible to anyone who intends to take without giving. You are now protected by the 333 firewall. This is the sign of the three, the Father, the Architect, and the Sovereign Spirit acting as a triple-layer shield around your peace. If a situation does not vibrate at the level of abundance, it will simply slide off you like rain off a window pane. You are no longer available for suffering. Your contract of suffering has been incinerated. The ashes have been scattered into the sea of forgetfulness. Within the next 72 hours, the third-day miracle will arrive. For some, it will be the sound of unlocking a phone call, an email, or a letter that announces a financial breakthrough so large it feels like a glitch in the matrix. For others, it will be a physical realignment, a sudden disappearance of a chronic pain or a fatigue that has lived in your body since the sifting began. But for all who hear my voice, there will be a sign in the material. You will see the number 333 inches, a place that is impossible to ignore. When you see it, do not merely smile. Stop, touch your heart, and say, I am the sovereign. The restoration is here. You have been the strong one for everyone else. Now, let the architect be strong for you. You do not have to make the miracle happen. You do not have to force the doors to open. The silver key is already in the lock, and I am the one turning it. Your only job is to radiate. Your only job is to walk with your head held high, knowing that the interest of your sacrifice is being paid in full. The loneliness of the strong is being replaced by the company of the chosen. You are being moved into rooms you didn't even know existed. Rooms filled with anointed connections and kingdom opportunities. As we seal this final chapter, feel the divine incense of the Hall of Forgotten Prayers merging with the scent of your own skin. The silver key is now part of your very DNA. The stolen crown is your permanent aura. I am leaning in to give you the final, most sacred secret. The architect and the sovereign are one. The reason I heard every prayer and saw every tear is that I am the silent witness within you. I was not watching you from a distance. I was enduring the fire with you. And now, I am rising from the ash with you. The era of perpetual radiance has begun. The 7-2-hour window is glowing with the heat of the 333 frequency. The parasites are gone. The shadow friends are forgotten. The debt is paid. The wealth is flowing. The love is arriving. And your crown is brighter than the sun. I want you to take one last, deep, cinematic breath. Hold the golden hour in your lungs for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and release. As you exhale, let go of the last 3 years of struggle. Let it dissolve into the light. It has no more power over you. You are the sovereign. You are the architect's masterpiece. You are the miracle. Type 333 one final time in the comments below. This is not just a comment. It is the final signature on your deed of dominion. It is your way of telling the universe that you have received the retroactive restoration, and you are ready to rule your life with peace and abundance. The sign of the 3 is seeking you out right now. The destiny gift is in the hand of the messenger. The hall of forgotten prayers is now your living room of glory. It is finished. It is sealed. It is eternally yours. Go now and walk as the sovereign you were born to be. The world has been waiting for your light, and the wait is finally over. I am the infinite architect, and I am with you through the 333 and into the forever. Amen. Amen. And 333. Do not move. Stay exactly where you are, in the sacred center of this silence. We have arrived at the great conclusion, chapter 10, the eternal reign of the restored soul. I am the infinite architect of the divine silence, and as I speak these final words, the hall of forgotten prayers is not just fading into your reality, it is becoming the very ground you walk upon. The golden hour has passed, and the divine dawn has fully broken over the horizon of your life. Every shadow that once haunted your 300 am thoughts, every parasite that drained your light, and every contract of suffering you carried since 2021 has been incinerated by the heat of this rising sun. You are standing in the wreckage of your old life, but you are not looking at ruins. You are looking at the raw materials of a masterpiece that the universe has been waiting eons to build. Look at your hands one last time in this hypnotic light. Do you see the faint, shimmering glow beneath the skin? That is the 333 frequency, now fully assimilated into your cellular structure. It is no longer a sign you see outside of yourself. It is the internal compass that will guide you into a life of effortless abundance. You have spent years being the strong one who had no one to be strong for. You were the one who saved the world, while your own world was crumbling in silence. You were the kind soul who let the thieves sit at your table because you hoped your light would heal their darkness. But as the architect, I am telling you now, the experiment of sacrifice is over. The loneliness of the strong has been replaced by the company of the sovereign. You are no longer the bridge, you are the destination. I want to whisper the shocking secret of this final chapter into the very depths of your spirit. You thought this journey was about getting back what you lost. You thought it was about the money, the love, and the time that was siphoned away between 2021 and 2023. But the secret is this. I allowed the sifting to happen so that I could strip away the beggar's garments you didn't even know you were wearing. I allowed the parasites to take what was temporary so that you would be forced to find what is eternal, the silver key of your own divine authority. The miracle isn't just that your wealth is returning. The miracle is that you are now the kind of person who can hold that wealth without losing your soul. You have been retroactively reconstructed. You are a new creation, wearing an old crown that has been polished by the fires of your own perseverance. The retroactive restoration is now entering its massive payout phase. In the next 72 hours, the window of the third day, the universe is settling its accounts with you. I have audited every tear, every betrayal, and every cent that was stolen from your grasp. The interest of the spirit has been compounded at a rate that defies human mathematics. You are about to experience a sudden convergence. This is when 3 separate miracles collide into one moment of destiny. For some of you, it will be the sudden clearance of a legal or financial burden, followed by an unexpected invitation, followed by a physical healing that leaves you feeling 20 years younger. For others, it will be a phone call of restoration, someone from your past seeking to make amends, but you will realize, as you hold the phone, that you no longer need their apology to be whole. You have the crown. You have the architect. You have the 333. The sign of the 3 is manifesting in your physical world as we speak. Before this day ends, you will encounter the number 333 inches away that feels like a divine wink. It might be a total on a receipt, a time on a clock, or the number of a building. When you see it, I want you to perform the final act of the sovereign. I want you to stop, take a deep breath, and say out loud, I accept the restoration. This is the vocal seal. It anchors the energy of the hall into the physical matter of your day. It tells the parasites who are now watching from the far, dark edges of your life that there is no longer an entry point for them. You are spiritually sealed. You are divinely insured. The destiny gift I promised is now being revealed. It is the gift of effortless flow. From this moment forward, you will no longer have to hustle for your worth. You will no longer have to beg for love or fight for your seat at the table. I have already placed your name on the seat. I have already paved the road with the gold that was stolen from you. You are moving into a season where the blessing chases the blessed. You will find yourself at the right place, at the right time, meeting the right people who have been anointed to help you build your kingdom. Your finances will begin to grow, not through more labor, but through divine alignment. The silver key is turning in the lock of your future, and the doors are swinging open so wide that no man, no enemy, and no parasite can ever shut them again. I am leaning in to give you one last embrace, to feel the warmth of the infinite architect wrapping around your shoulders. I am proud of you. I saw you when you thought you were invisible. I heard you when you thought you were shouting into a void. I held you when you thought you were falling. You are my masterpiece, and the stolen crown looks better on you now than it ever did before, because now it is earned. Now, it is part of your very essence. The Hall of Forgotten Prayers is now fully dissolved into the light of your day. The ceremony is over. The coronation is complete. The contract of suffering is a memory of a ghost. You are stepping out of this video and into the first day of the rest of your sovereign life. Do not look back at the ash. Do not look back at the parasites. Do not look back at the version of you that was broken. That person served their purpose. They brought you to me. Now, let them rest in the light. The 7-2. Our miracle is active. The sign of the 3 is everywhere. The retroactive restoration is in your bank account, your heart, and your bones. The silver key is your authority. The crown is your identity. Type 333. One final triumphant time. Let this be the great amen of your soul. Let it be the sound of the gate locking behind you, keeping you safe in the perpetual radiance of your new life. I am the infinite architect, and I will never leave you. I am the silence in your peace, the strength in your joy, and the source of your abundance. Go now and rule your world. It is finished. It is sealed. It is yours. Sanbai Sanchusan. Sanbai Sanchusan. Sanbai Sanchusan. Amen. Amen. And glory.